yesterday's where we have left it with the initials and finals, and how do we spell them together, the combinations. Then we will add some tone onto that. Hope you still remember that. You're not forgetting that with your breakfast, or because you haven't drank any coffee or had any breakfast, then you don't remember. Right. We will start by doing some exercise. I'm going to play these recordings, listen and read, and try to hear the difference for the first round, right?
发展汉语第2版是针对来华留学长期进修生的分课型系列教材。这套录音录有美国的深北京语言大学电子音像出版社录制出版发行。
第1课，你好。第1部分，学习语音。语音练习。
1. 听读变音。波，坡，波，坡，不，扑，杯，胚，包，抛，搬，攀，的，特，搭，他，单，摊，都，偷，丁，听，东，通，歌，科，歌，科，姑，哭，该，开，更，坑，刚，康，夫，喝，发，哈，夫，呼，飞，黑，翻，憨，齁，齁，呢，了，呢，哩，nu，噜，呢，嘞，您，拎，囔，啷，
我，摸，摸，波，科，波，科，坡，科，坡，乌，扑，坡，扑，摸，木，坡，夫，安，昂，攀，滂，摊，汤，干，刚，看，康， n, ben, bong, men, mong, nen, nung, hen, kong.
All right. So let's try to look at them in detail one by one.
北京语言大学电子音像出版社录制、出版、发行。
音，语音练习。
语音练习，语音 phonetic 练习 exercise practice。
一、听读变音。
听读变音，听 to listen， 读 to read， 变 to distinguish， 音 you will see the very same yin here. Yin means the sound. You see how efficient the Chinese language is, right? You need this long in English, maybe longer in other language, but in Chinese, just this.
波，坡。
Let's read them together. Repeat after me. 波，坡. This is a little bit shorter than this 波 because you spell them together, and 坡, right? The easiest way for you to remember, if you don't remember what's the sound of this 波 and 坡, you can think in this way, spell them together. And same thing here, 的 and 特. If you don't remember what 的 and 特 by looking that alone, you can think a 的 is something like a 的spelling together, and 特spelling together. Same thing, 歌 and 科. We'll look at that now. Now let's read this together. Please make sure you do read them out loud. Okay? It's only 8 in the morning. It's a very good time to wake up whoever in your room, your neighbors, your cats, right? Let's do that.
波，坡，扑，杯。
Boo, poo. Let's all read them.
胚，
Hey,
包，
bao,
抛，班，
ban,
安
an.
看
Please, let's just I'll mute all of you. Okay, better. I feel like female often pronounces more clear than the male voice. Oh, you mean our soundtrack? Yes. But that's, yeah, well, maybe in reality as well. The famous simultaneous interpreter, they are always females. I think it's got to do with some kind of human brain. We continue? Right, let's try to read them together, please.
特，
T,
搭，
da,
他，
ta,
单，
dan,
摊，
tan,
都，
do,
偷，
to,
丁，
ding,
听，
ting,
东，
dong,
通，
tong.
歌，
Continue. Ge,
科，
ke,
歌，
ge,
科，
ke,
姑，
gu,
哭，
ku,
该，
gai,
开，
kai,
更，
geng,
坑，
keng,
刚，
gang,
康。
kang. Same thing here. F, and h. N, l, l.
夫
f
呵
h
发
fa
哈
ha
夫
fu
呼
hu
飞
fei
黑
hei
斑
fan
憨
han
风
fo
吼
ho
呢
n
了
l
你
ni
哩
li
努
nu
噜
lu
内
nei
嘞
lei
您
nin
林
lin
囊
nang
啷
lang. This is what I was talking about yesterday, right? For the Chinese people from the southern part, the middle southern part, the Hunan Yunnan province. Let me show you the Chinese map. Okay, you do know this is China, right? If it's not looks familiar to you, it is now. This is the China's map, and by the middle southern part, I'm referring to because my hometown is somewhere here. Okay, it's around between Russia and North Korea. So anywhere for me in China is southern. If you're talking to someone coming from this place, the southern part I'm talking to, for example, Sichuan province, maybe for them it's northern. Right? That's just my concept. The south and middle south I'm talking about specifically is here, Chengdu, Hunan, those Wuhan, those cities and provinces. Their people are very not good at distinguish between n and l, n and l. But I think you all can from my previous experience.
Or,
So what's happening here, right? You have two ways to pronounce this vowel actually. When I was in the elementary school, the teachers told us the easiest way to remember the sound of this vowel is by putting a w in front. But don't emphasize that sound. It's just like a short, slight, dedicate one. It's like w, 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 right? But you can try to pronounce itself. Both are fine.
more,
More. Right, let's read. Okay. It's pointless if there's only me reading. Right? The point is you to read.
波
Bo,
哥
ge,
波
fu,
科
he,
坡
po,
科
ke.
波
Same thing. O. You can hear a little bit the wu sound, like w,
乌
and more o sound. Towards wu sound to o sound.
波
Bo,
呼
bu,
坡
po,
呼
pu,
摸
mo,
木
mu,
坡
fu,
呼
fu,
安
an,
昂
Remember I said this nasal, big nasal sound. Right? And on,
潘
pan,
汤
pong,
摊
ten,
汤
tongue,
干
gan,
刚
gong,
看
can,
康
kong,
恩
en,
奔
ben,
崩
bung,
闷
men,
蒙
mung,
能
能
能
能
肯
肯
肯
肯 Right. Any questions for this part? Is there any particular syllable that you can't pronounce or you don't know how to do so? You can just unmute yourself and speak out. No?
Hello. Just the H, is it pronouncing like with
Okay.
like a R?
Yes. Yes. Are you one of the SCEMA student?
Yes.
Hi, fellows. We have a special group of students, a SCEMA international exchange student from France. He, you need to pronounce the clear, sharp. Unlike French language, I know he normally don't pronounce out, but in Chinese, he is very sharp and loud. To help you to understand this, you can think in this way: he a ha, he u hu, he a he, he an han, he o ho. You need to make it clear because one of the the consonant also called initials that initiate the pronunciation. The air, the energy coming from your lung through your mouth and tongue vibrating, starting with those initials. So all the initials here need to be clear and hard, and not vowels, not finals, not those ones. Sorry. All the initials need to be clearly pronounced out. Right.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, that's the first part. And second part, let's try to do some practice on the four tones. I know it's kind of boring if I do this. Please, but I really want to say it's really not enough to study 1 hour Chinese per day. You need to do this, right, by yourself repeatedly. Well, it doesn't require you to sit in front of a computer to do 4 or 5 days like that. I more recommend you to use the pieces of your time, right? And just put it on your phone. Everybody has a smartphone. Or put it on your phone and listen to that while you are doing other things, right? You don't need to put 100% energy onto this, but just keep doing that, right? I hope you remember the difference between four tones. Let's just listen to the sound. Just listen for the first time.
2. 唱读四声：你、你、你、你、好、好、好、好、妈、麻、马、骂、摸、磨、抹、墨、扑、仆、谱、铺、掰、白、摆、拜、哩、离、里、立、歌、格、葛、个、搂、楼、篓、漏、分、粉、粉、笨、烹、棚、捧、碰、轰、红、哄、哄、
Right. The secret to master those 4 tones for me is always to get this kind of feeling right. It's like when you know how to swim, when you know how to ride a bicycle, you will never forget it. How can we get a feeling of that? If you look at those tone marks, they are written in this way for a specific reason. For example, the first tone mark, very slight, that indicates you need to pronounce this very slight. Just adding a little bit power on the neutral. Li, right? Li, you don't change anything. Second tone, you see it's going up. Then you need to make a kind of rising tone. Like a question, Li, okay? Maybe a little bit dramatized, but I'm trying to tell you how it sounds like. Li, very slight. Li, right? Going up. The third tone, going down first and going up again. As you see how it's written. Li, right? Li, going down first and going up again. And the fourth tone, going down, very determined, short and harsh. Li. I. Now listen to this recording and let's all try to repeat after it. At the first stage, you need a little bit drama. I want you to speak this out loud. Okay, use the loudest noise that you can make. It doesn't matter you're sitting in the lab, in the cafe, at home, on your bed. It doesn't matter do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend in your room, I don't care. Let's try to do that.
2. 唱读4声。你
你
你
你
你
你
你
你 Continue.
好好好好妈麻马骂摸磨抹墨扑谱谱铺掰白摆拜哩离里立歌格葛个搂楼搂漏分粉粉粪砰砰捧碰轰红哄哄
Right, perfect. There's really not too many things to say about those 4 tones, but to get that feeling is the key. How can you get it? You just play the thing. Right? Go to Sunlearn, download this 1-2, and okay, I saw a message. Just put it on your phone and listen while you're walking around. I see a message. Could you please confirm Scabber students are supposed to be in this course for beginners, please? You need to talk to the international student office. I'm just doing what they told me to do. Right. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Just try to listen this constantly. while you're doing other things and get the feeling. Now we move to the number 3, listen, read, and discriminate the tones. Alright, this is something fun, because after we just finish this, you might think you understand the difference of those 4 tones. And now let's just try to do this, to see if you really are as what you think you are. Right. Oh, interesting. Why there's no 1.3? Hold on. How can we find those sound tracks? As I have demonstrated you yesterday, you go to Stanley. (2021) 178 audio elementary, and this is the one that's missing, and let's just click that and it will download. Now let's listen to those.
3. 听读变调：你、你、敏、民、明、命、可、克、理、离、好、好、丁、顶、塔、他、哪、那、一、亿、妈、马、不、不、拎、林、耳、二、吕、绿、墨、魔。
Right. Now let's play a game. Get your pen or pencil or whatever. I hope you have printed out this book. Well, if you don't, that's fine. Just get a paper, get a pen in front of you. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to read one of those 2. And I want you to circle the one that I'm going to read. I wonder if when people get angry, all the tones just fly out of the window. No, they won't, because you change the tone even slightly. Even you are arguing or fighting with someone, and your tones are not correct, you are saying something entirely else. Maybe it could be changing from I love you to I hate you, or vice versa. Right, let's try to do this game. Get a pen. Are you ready? Only one ready. 2, 3, 4. Very good. I want to see number 1 flies. Good, cool. Now I'm only going to read one of these, and I want you to circle the one you're going to listen. Starting from ni, min, min, ming,命 可 理 好 顶 顶 他，妈，oh sorry，那，一，马，不，零，二，吕。By the way, this is the pinyin of my surname. Mo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16. How many out of 16 you get it right? $15, good. $16, good. Well, you all studied somewhere Chinese before. I'm impressed. 15, 14, good. Okay, then I think that's okay. Then let's come to the number 4. Let's challenge you a little bit, right? What's going on with this exercise number 4? Listen and add the tone marks. This is my favorite. You see all those syllables here are without tone marks. I'm going to play that one time. No, I'm going to play that 2 times. And you get your little pen and put the tone marks onto those correctly. Let's do that.
4. 听后标上声调。妈，红，绿，白，破，风，故，你，卡，配，汉，丁。
Too fast. Right, second time.
听后标上声调。妈，红，绿，白，破，风，故，你，卡，配，汉，丁。
23rd time. Someone does, someone don't. Right, let's play the third time.
听后标上声调。妈，红，绿，白，破，风，故，你，卡，配，汉，丁。
Okay. Let's do them together.
听后标上声调。
We learned yin, meaning the sound. And we see 听 as a verb meaning listen.
妈，
妈，
铜，
铜，
绿，白，
铜 which tone? 1, 2, 3, 4. 通通通通 good.
红，绿，
绿 which one? 绿 which one? Correct. 绿绿绿绿，
白，
白白，拜拜拜拜 good.
破，
Poor was very clear. Poor. Correct.
风，
风风 first. 风缝缝缝
故，
故故 right. Thank you.
你，
你correct.
卡，
卡 very good.
配，
配配
汉，
汉汉憨韩喊汉 right. 憨韩喊汉 which makes it a fourth tone. 汉
丁，
丁丁 first. Very good. Okay, now let's read this together, number 3 and number 4. Repeat after me and read them out loud. 你敏明命可理好顶他那一马不邻耳驴磨妈童 绿白破风故你卡佩汉丁 We all reading. Perfect. I hope this week you are entirely. Now, I think we all understand what are initials, what are finals, what are tones, and what is the Chinese pinyin. And now let's soon try to get rid of that, okay? Because that's only a tool of the system that help you to understand the pronunciation, not the Chinese language itself. Oh, before I go to that, you see there's an assignment here for you. Chinese C178 on Sanlen, right? You go down. Just change the title. You go down, you will find this 2021, term 1, week 1, lesson 1. There's a term 1, assignment 1. You get into this, the character practice sheet, CPS lesson 1. You download it and you print it out. Then you're going to write all those things, okay? And after you finish this, you come back to this part. Your interface will look a little bit different to mine. You will have a submission thing, and you just download it, print it, write it down, and scan that. You can use your phone to take a photo and upload to the submission. This is one part of your assignment. The second part of your assignment is I want you to record yourself of reading this slide and this slide. Right, this slide and this slide. But I will make it clear on Sanlen later today. The due date is next Monday morning, so you have plenty of time to do so. And remember, all the assignments together count 30% of your final mark. We're doing our continuous assessment. So any assignment is, valuable. And if you get your assignment, all your assignments right, plus your attendance, you get 35% already. You just need to write anything for your final exam to get that 15, then you pass. Doesn't that sound good? Now we come to this very simple thing. I think everyone knows this, even though you haven't learned Chinese before. Everybody know what 你好 is, right? 你好. Ni, we learned the pinyin. Now, this is the pinyin for this Chinese character. He, ao, hao. Hao is a pinyin for this Chinese character. Ni is a personal pronoun, meaning you. How do we say I? That is 我. Good. 我 third tone. 我 你. How do we say he or she? Interestingly, this is something influenced by the European language. Chinese ancestors don't distinguish he, she, it, but we do now. There's one question from Scammer student. Okay, I'm going to answer you this when I finish this. All right, this is very quick. The personal pronoun, we have 我, meaning both I and me. Right? Doesn't that sound good? You see, you probably haven't realized how good that Chinese language does not have those things in changing forms of the verb or the noun or adjective. Because, for example, in Chinese, when I say I love you, 我爱你, right? 我爱你. That means I love you. But if you think about other language, for example, English, everybody knows. Let me try to another one. German, ich liebe dich, right? Ich liebe dich. However, when I, being I, that is ich, when you, being the subject, at the subject position, that is dich, you can manipulate the position of those verbs, of those vocabularies. Ich, dich, liebe. That means the same thing. In Italian, that's more simpler. Ti amo. Amore, amo, ami, ama. Amo is I love. Ami is you love. So by changing the form of those verbs, you change the meaning. That's all the Latinized language does. But for Chinese, 我爱你 and 你爱我, they mean totally two different. What this tells us the word order makes difference to meaning. And the good thing is there's no form change in terms of a noun, verb, adjective. They are always like this. It doesn't matter when I being I or when I being me, 我 being I or 我 being me, they are always 我 and there's only one 我. Okay, we'll expand this later. 你 personal pronoun 你 you singular. 他 If you look at this 他, let's try to learn another vocabulary. 女 Anyone learned Chinese before? Can you tell me what 女 means? Woman, girl, right? I use this V for yu here because my keyboard does not allow me to type yu. Okay, so whenever I type this V, that means yu, right? 女 third tone, 呢与女. Yes, 女 means girl, woman, female. So when I tell you 她 means she or he or it, can you guess which one is she? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Which one is she? The first, correct. Why? Because the left side of this particular character, right, is this. And this one meaning something related to female, girl, woman, right? And this character being a part of another character, we call that radicals. And we're going to look at that later sometimes today. How do we write a Chinese? Where is it? Here. The basic Chinese. How do we write the basic Chinese? But this is another beautiful thing that I want to tell you. Yes, the radicals. It looks like very complicated when you haven't learned any knowledge about Chinese characters specifically. It's like, but when you understand a little bit of that, it's just like a building up things on top of something existing. We say you need generally 3,500 vocabulary, but most part of them are the recomposition of different radicals. Even, for example, when you see some character that you haven't learned previously, but you understand the parts of it, you can guess out what that means, right? We come back to this, our vocabulary of lesson 1, there are only 2, 你 and 好. 你, we learned that's a personal pronoun of you, singular, and that means there's a plural form, which is by adding 们, 你们. This is some influences by the European language as well. 你们. When you add 们 after a personal pronoun, you make it from the singular to plural. For example, 你们 means you in plural, 我们 meaning we, us, right? 他们 means them, right? Easy to understand. Okay, now let's look at the second character, 好. 好, as I told you, has 2 parts, as you can see. The one on the left, we learned this, female, woman. The one on the right part, this is 子. 子 meaning children. Children, right? And this language is always ideology, right? When the Asian Chinese people invented, what were in their mind of this? A female child is always good. Okay, are you following me, my logic? 好 means good, it is an adjective, but from the way it is constructed, yes, you have a child, which is a female, that is better than you have a boy. Okay. We have 2 names, Ma Ding and Lin Na. Those are just a person's name. Those are just the name of the person. Ma Ding, obviously coming from Martin. This is the transliteration. Lin Na. Lin. Another thing about the Chinese name is surname comes first. Name, given name, comes the second. You have 2 characters name, 3 character name, 4 characters name. You don't have a 5 characters name in China. That is the law. You can't have a name that's longer than 4 characters. Okay. So when you're trying to give yourself a Chinese name, well, I don't recommend you to do so. As I said, if your Chinese friend cannot pronounce your name in your language, they should learn. But if you're trying to give yourself a Chinese name, don't give it a 4-character Chinese name. It doesn't exist. So greetings, 你好 and 你好. There's nothing to explain here. It's just like a hi, hi, morning, morning, good, good. That's it. I heard that it's sort of as good luck to have a boy and a girl child because it equals the Hanzi for good. Oh, you mean 好 meaning good because there's a boys and girls. Not necessarily. Actually, there's a misunderstanding. In Asian Chinese, 子 refers to descendant. 子 doesn't refer to a son. But a 女 certainly refers to a girl. Okay. That's it. That's for today. You can start print this out and try to do the exercise on handwriting Chinese by yourself. But I'm going to show you how to write that tomorrow when we see each other online. And we're going to show the basic to study the basic Chinese strokes and the basic Chinese pronunciations tomorrow. And for those Gamma students, I think, tell me, they told me you've done your HSK 1 level class. Am my understanding correct? Anyone? For the rest of the class, you can leave, please. Just as the schema students.
Hello, yeah, I'm a schema student, and we, like, some of us already did like 3 months of Chinese,
Okay.
like, but not all of us, just some of us.
Okay. Then I understand why they. Thank you, guys. You may leave, but I just need to talk about something, clarify something with the schema student. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Yes. The problem is. Yes, that's what they told me. But the problem is you can't register our C278 because the second year that starts from the HSK level 3 and working towards to the level 4. So the most suitable course for you is the C178. And I think that's why they put you into my group. There's no HSK level 2 class. We start either from the beginning or from level 3.
Okay,
but
perfect.
I think
yeah,
we will very soon get to level HSK level 1. That's when term 1 finish, we finish level 1.
Our first year can cover HSK 1 and 2 level.
Yes, sorry, you were saying?
we don't know how to do for the assignment because we are not registered yet for your course, so we don't have any access to anything.
Okay. That one, I already wrote an email to Sarah, to the international office, and Hannah. They supposed to put you into this to make a special course code for you and get your access to Senlin. But before that, I'm going to send this, but you are all on this team channel. I can post the assignment on this team document site. So you can download and do your assignment and upload your assignment here.
Perfect, thank you so much.
No
How long do we have to get the assignment done?
It's till Monday, next Monday.
Okay.
Basically, we have a one assignment 1 week, and we have 6 assignment in total for term 1. 6 assignment adding up together counts 30% of the final mark. So we do the continuous assignment. It's not only one exam.
Okay, good. Today we have
your assignment is your exam.
We need to complete our review classes.
All right.
Before we start the new
If you do have any other question, please join our WhatsApp group and just ask me anything there. I will reply.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
That's it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Sorry, I just have another question. I just wrote it on the chat.
Okay.
It's about I don't have a printer at home, so I wonder if I can just print, do the assignment directly on the PDF with my computer.
Directly? Or no, you can't. You can't. I need you to write.
Okay, so can I just write it on the...
You can just write on the blank paper, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
But you need to write. That's the purpose of that assignment. You need to physically write. Okay.
All right, I understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Good morning.